Today's not going well then. Let's see what we can do with this one. I've got a Series X here. There's no information with this, so I don't have a clue what's wrong with it. There isn't even a customer's contact info on there. There's a company with a contact name for a company, so I'll have to phone the business and see what the deal is. Okay, there's no HDMI port on that. So what is this? Trace damage? Right, it turns on, it appears to boot up, but obviously I can't test display because there's no HDMI port. I've got a feeling this is probably trace damage. It's been worked on before. Okay, it's a HDMI port. I hate when customers supply their own ports. I really do, because I don't know the source of them, and I don't know whether they're any good or not. That's pretty rough. So someone's had a crack at this. When did you fix the switch up PS5 I sent you? I want you to sign or engrave it. Really? Probably not a good idea, dude. My signature's never going to be worth anything, mate. I'm not famous and I never will be. I think it's going to ruin your console, mate. Personally. I mean, I will, but like, if you want me to, I will, but I don't think it's worth it, personally. I'm happy to do it, but I think you're nuts, to be honest. Alright, let's get rid of those shitty traces. To me it is, well, I mean, I will do it, mate. I'm happy to do it, but it would never add to the value, that's for certain. Yeah, this is pretty freaking rough. Quite a few damage traces. Get off. Let's try and save that ground because, well, it's just ground. I mean, these ones you can't save, these data lines. You can't save those. No, I don't mind doing it. I've done it once or twice, but I'll never understand why. I'll be honest. I'm just me. I'm not anything special. I never will be. You know, I know I'm on YouTube. I know we've got nearly 100,000 subs and whatnot, but honestly, that doesn't make someone famous, in my opinion. Like, subscribers on YouTube, like, I mean, yeah, you make you known, but I'm only known in my own industry, right? I'm not known in any other industry. Like most YouTubers, like 90% of YouTubers can walk down the street and have complete peace. Like, occasionally you'll get recognised. Like, sometimes I will get recognised in the street. That's a weird feeling, especially when I'm with like family or something, and I'll get someone come up and stop me, and they're like, "Oh, I love your videos and stuff." Like, it's nice, don't get me wrong, but it's like, it's a little bit weird. It's a weird feeling, a very strange feeling. But to me, like, I don't see YouTubers as famous. I can have 10 million subs and I'd still just be the same old person. Still going to sit there and rip into people's moms. Still going to rip into people's moms. Let's get some of this sorted. I'm going to have to take these TVS diodes off because they're going to be in the way while I'm doing jumper wires, while I'm running jumper wires to this. The only problem is these are a pain in the backside, so I need to take these two off. So I need somewhere to put these in, I think. Right, so what I'm going to do is run the jumper wires straight to the bottom of the TVS diodes, because it's better to run it to the TVS diode, and then then we know we've got a good contact. Whereas if it's just on these traces here, number one, they're going to be in the way of each other, and number two, they're really awkward to actually solder a jumper wire to the trace wire itself. So it's just a lot easier to run it directly to the diodes. A little bit of oxidation on them, so I'll wick it all away and clean it. There we go. Pads. There we go. Right, we're also going to need a jumper wire up here on pin number 14. 14's a no connect, but I'm going to run a jumper wire anyway. I'm pretty sure it, I don't know if it actually uses it on the Xbox. I'm not sure. I'm going to need to change tips as well, because that tip's pretty oxidized. I'm not worried about positioning and the length of the wire at the minute. I'm just going to run all of the jumper wires roughly, and then I can position them all afterwards. I'm going to scrape this wire away a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to have to change tips, that's too oxidized. Better. So yeah, let's just run a rough jumper wire on each one for now. It just works out quicker if you're not worrying about positioning and stuff immediately. It just works out a lot quicker. So let's run that, and I can just position them all afterwards. It's not a big deal. And obviously cut them down to size as well. Need some more flux. See how awkward it is to get a jumper wire when you're dealing with such small pads. So there's that one. I'm leaving a bit of overhang on the bottom as well. Somewhere for the conformal coating to bite onto. Chase, thank you, mate. Really appreciate that. Thank you for the sub, buddy. This is 0.17mm, this jumper wire. Right, so my flux is burnt, so I need to clear it away. Just warm it up. Right, so hopefully it's a little bit clearer now what I'm doing, like in terms of why I'm not worrying about the jumper wire being the right size or anything. It doesn't really matter at the minute.
Always lost about something. Who
Right, I'm going to tin the pins because it's going to make for a better contact. Damn flux. That's the problem with these. I have to keep adding flux. There you go. That'll do it. Right. Loads of flux. Notice I've wiggled that a little bit just to make sure we've got a contact on it. Add a load more flux. Beep. Damn you. Stupid jumper wire. Right, let's clean that up and I'll have a look at it. Right, no bridges by the look of it. That is connected, it's just the trace is weak. Same with that one. That ground's missing, but I'm not bothered. That's just a ground, I'm not bothered. Yeah, the rest all seem connected. So I'm not bothered about those few grounds in between the differential pairs. I really don't care about those. Just going to check in diode mode and just see if we've got a diode reading on all the pins. Yep, ignore the beep. 14 is open line, so I didn't actually need to replace that trace. 0.72, it's too high to beep. 0.72, too high to beep. Same. 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 And same. Yeah, they're all connected. This should theoretically work. Bang. Right. Let's use my HDMI tester, courtesy of consolefix.shop. Let's clean it first, because it's probably got flux inside it. Let's drop a bit of IPA on it. There we go. Do we get all data lines? Yep, all data lines active. 5 volt power, EDID, everything's working, or at least it appears to be. So that should technically be working. Right, ugly cam. Display. Don't make me get up. Oh, I swear to God, I'll get mad. Fist bump time. Uh-oh. That's not good, is it? Oh dear. The sync button isn't working. Right, let me grab my USB tester. Okay, that front panel isn't working at all. We've got the back ones. Yep, that one works. And so does that one. But the front panel isn't working at all. So that looks like it's going to need to be replaced. It's definitely plugged in properly on my end. Ah, it's not plugged in. You son of a... There we go. Well, that's what I get for not checking. Noob. Yeah, that's what I get for not checking it. At least I haven't got to tear down the entire console to do it. Yeah, there we go. And we've got sound coming out of the TV as well, I just heard it. But yeah, front USB is communicating. Flashing green, there you go. Hey, there we go. Sync button's working. Syncing controller. Back to ugly cam. Yep, there we go. We've got a little bit of data corruption. Flux in the port. I don't know if that was coming across on camera with the blue flickering lines. Is that coming across? I think it is. But when I move the port, it's not doing it, which means that there's still flux inside either the port or my cable. So the best thing for me to do is rigorously clean my cable with IPA. Try it again. Did that flick then? Not sure what happened then. I did touch my power supply. I heard my power supply kicking. So it could have grounded itself to something. I'm sure I saw a flicker, but I think it was because the power supply grounded to something. I'm wiggling the port, so it's passing my wiggle test. So I've got a little test sheet which I use. You can download these. I don't know if I've put them on my website yet, but I can. So checklists, PDF. If you look here, I've got a little checklist which I use after every device. So HDMI port cleaned, I've done that. Fan spinning, yep, it is. I've tested all the ports, power, eject, sync, LEDs, controller sync. 10 foot, I can't really test 10 foot. I can, but I wouldn't see it. So I've done the HDMI port wiggle test, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth functionality. So I'll just test Wi-Fi, and then I've got to do insert, eject and load disk, 4K display, Ethernet, and boot logo is present. I've already tested that. But yeah, these I will provide to anyone who wants them. I've got them for every console, apart from the Steam Deck, because I've never worked on one, so I don't know what to test on them yet. But yeah, so I'm going to do the rest of these tests quickly. So back to the ugly cam. So if I go to settings, network, set up wireless, picks up my Wi-Fi, I know Bluetooth's working because it's using my controller wirelessly. I've got it plugged into a charger, but it's not plugged into the console. You watch it, ask me for an update. Yeah. No, you're not doing an update. Go away. Yeah, we've got 4K display. That's good. Ethernet I can't really test. I haven't got an Ethernet cable to hand at the minute. And then we just got a disc to test. Right, got some new test games. For Honor. Let's test it with that one. Yep, there we go. Yeah, that's it. It passes all of my tests, which is cool. So I can sign that off as pretty much good to go. It's just done it again. What, flickered? Really? Well, I'll keep an eye on that because it seems fine. I can't see why it would flicker. It's my cable. Right, let's see if that flickers. I'm not seeing any blue lines on that. So I'll give that a couple of minutes. Let's see if it flickers. If it does, then probably gonna have to change the encoder, which is gonna suck, but you know, it is what it is. I think it's probably best if I test it on my TV in the living room, because at least then I can check it in 4K. It's working in 1080, or at least it appears to be. It hasn't flickered while it's been on the capture card at all, so I'm going to say it's working in 1080p. But obviously that's not fixed. If it's still flickering in 4K, then it's not fixed, but I'll have to test it on my TV for that. Yeah, that's not flickering now while it's in 1080p. Right, okay, I'm going to call it on that. It's not flickering for me on the capture card. So, yeah, I'm going to call it good for now. I'll have to monitor it in 4K on my TV in the living room, just in case it is the cable, because I'm not going to unroute the cable just in case I don't have to. But, yeah, if it does turn out that there's still an issue, then I'll obviously revisit it, but we'll see. I don't know. All of the rest of the tests are passing, so we shall see. Yeah, I'm going to call it there. Thank you all for hanging out. I appreciate it. My back is absolutely killing me now. But, yeah. I'll revisit it if I need to. Oh. Let's just make sure it's still on. Yep. Absolutely fine. Right, yeah. Thank you all for watching. I really do appreciate it. Take it easy, and I'll see you all in the next one.